Alright. So far, so good. Let's wet the whistle before this officially starts up. Alright, so we are live. Obviously, nobody in the room yet, so I'm just going to start in on some light conversation, because what I'm hoping to be able to accomplish tonight is to actually get my message across, get my, I don't want to call it a lecture, because it's a bad fucking way to start this. I'm not trying to force anything on anybody, but I'm hoping to be able to get my, my message, the idea behind what I'm trying to say out. So until people start showing up, I'm just gonna rant on other things for the time being, some lighter topics without delving too deeply into what I wanted to touch on. Perk 1-0 reveals dying visitors or when standing. That's actually a pretty good perk right there. Gonna have to go for that one, and I don't have enough. Anyway, so hello and welcome to everybody that's joining. I just started up, so I'm just kind of getting warmed up, getting the game actually going, and I think my feed froze. Always does that at that moment in the game. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just starting up, getting things ready. Topics really haven't started yet, otherwise we'll go into detail more on what it is I wanted to discuss. Any questions or comments, do feel free to jump in at any time during my stream, because that's mainly what I'm here for. I feel like people are able to learn and understand a little bit better once they actually start to see it from the perspective that's best for them to be able to understand. And I know that my way of explaining things might not always be the best way of explaining things. Not everybody learns or understands the same way that I might be able to portray them. So rather than rant on learning, because that's kind of a whole other topic unto itself, let's get into the Metamorphosis by Kafka. So Franz Kafka, this was a book written in the early 1900s, and it focused on, in a lot of ways you could say, pre-communism, or early Stalinism, the early ideas of communism, and the way that it ended up coming about was that and I'm trying to explain the political climate in Russia at the time. It was the dawn of the industrial age, but what was happening is you had people, especially, ooh, somebody's already running. Look at this. I'm seeing somebody's trail already. There they are. I'll catch them too. I love the chainsaw. Anyway, yeah, every time I don't know what it is about today, but every time I try to get into talking about whatever it is I'm trying to talk about, something comes up, and in this case, it's one little fishy that needs to be placed on a hook. But I'm totally okay with that, because that is the point of this game, and it certainly adds a level of entertainment that my voice doesn't apply just by itself. I feel it's one thing, and that's why I like this game. It's one thing to be able to sit back, watch, and engage in a visual stimulus, a game, and be able to interact in the game, as well as learn something that's very much related to what this game is about, which is helplessness and struggle and strife, and or at least from the survivor's perspective, from the killer's perspective, you could say struggle and strife and conflict, and the desire to cause harm to another person, which is something that I'm going to really touch on when I start delving into Kafka's book deeply. But I'm not going to get too deep until some more people start showing up. But in a nutshell, one of the more important parts of Kafka's book, or rather, I'm sorry, I was describing the political climate of that time period in Russia. So the rise of the industrialization, and basically what it ended up resulting in is this atmosphere where people were working 12 hours a day, 12 plus hours a day, and going in, and I don't know what's going on right now, but this is the third little fishy that I've ended up catching on the same hook, and I'll take it. I will take it, because that means that there's a whole bunch of little fishies running around wounded. And yeah, survivor found. Apparently there's somebody nearby in the cornfield and I didn't even fucking see him. But that's okay. This little fishy's gonna hang. I can see her perfectly down the row of corn. And I'm the one that's hiding in the cornfield. Kind of a twist on how this works. But I'll take it. Fucking I missed. And he looks like he's healed. So I'm gonna have to go after an injured one. And that's fine. I will take it because I'm gonna catch this one as they run away. They think they can escape, but unfortunately for them, they will not. And they're gonna loop back around and come through the window. And I got her. Oh, I can't believe I fucking missed. That's fine. Gotta be able to see. Gotta be able to see. And I don't fucking see her. Oh, is she right there? Where the fuck she go? I can't believe it. All those goddamn opportunities with all those fucking fish. And I missed them all. Missed them all. But there's 3 wounded, which is very significant because that means that I might be able to hear some of them. If I was one of these little fishies, I'd skirt the wall and I'd hide somewhere over here. And thankfully, since majority of them now have been on a hook, when I catch the next little fishy, they will be much easier to kill. And I keep hearing this voice, which means that somebody's nearby. I just don't know where. So they've only got 1 generator. And I'm getting sidetracked from the conversation that I wanted to have, but that's fine because sometimes murder takes priority over actually discussing the topics that I had in mind. And again, if anybody has any questions or comments, do feel free to jump in, because ultimately I am here as a resource as well as an entertainment value. So I would like to prefer to keep it pretty open and pretty back and forth. Oh, instant kill. I will take that. Yeah, pretty open, pretty back and forth, and, oh, it's a completed generator. I thought I heard a door. Anyway, yeah. But to go back into what I was saying about, Kafka's book. So, Kafka's book, yeah. So, what ends up happening in the, story, is it represents that scenario where you have, a very disenfranchised individual as the main character, and he lives with his family. They all live in a very small apartment. They're barely scrimping by. The father of the family is an alcoholic who is fired from his job, and pretty much all he does all day is hangs around the house complaining about his son not working hard enough when his son is the only one that's bringing in an income to the house by working in a factory or industry of some sort. And anyway, so what it ends up boiling down to is the main character essentially feels as though he's worthless, that he's not doing anything, accomplish anything. And in the book, The Metamorphosis, what ends up occurring is... hold on 1 second. Damn little fishies are getting away. But I injured that fishy, and I kept my current fishy, who might instant die when I place her on my hook. That would be very nice if she did. And she did. And now I can chase the other little fishy who ran off. And he probably didn't get too far. And since he's injured, I will be able to hear him. And most regrettably, he interrupted my explanation, which seems to be a recurring theme. Not one that I prefer either. It's unfortunate when I get on a tangent and then all of a sudden somebody runs by the screen and I gotta chase them down and it interrupts what I'm trying to say. Welcome to the channel, whoever just came in. Didn't get really too far into the conversation yet, so if you have any questions or comments, do feel free to go ahead and jump in. Currently, I was explaining the basically the idea, the story of Kafka's The Metamorphosis and what it stood, or what the book was about. Before I get into too heavy of the psychology topics related to the book. But I keep getting distracted from my explanation because I've been having a pretty damn good match, and I keep running into people, and yeah, murder is always distracting from learning. But nevertheless, it's going pretty good in this match, and so far the explanation regarding the psychology stuff hasn't really gone anywhere. So yeah, don't feel as though you're interrupting me by jumping into the chat at all and asking a question or even guiding whatever you want to hear about. I am totally open to changing the direction of the chat or the discussion to really anything at all that interests you. I just had a few topics in mind to touch on. But anyway, so Kafka's book. So basically the nuts and bolts of the story is that because the guy's father is an alcoholic and he's got all the weight of the entire family on his shoulders, here's a, see, look at this. I start to fucking explain again, and there's a trail right there. And it's probably the dude that I already injured, since I did hear something. But if he's wise, he's probably going to try to run to the door. Now I just need to find him again. Thought I heard something for a moment there. Yeah, it's difficult sometimes when Oh, I definitely heard something. So he's nearby. He's somewhere nearby. Is there a closet over here? He's probably camping on that that hatch right there in the hopes that the other person ends up dying. I don't hear him anymore, though. Oh, he is in there. I gotcha. Figured he'd be in a closet. Alright, and there's a hook right here, and I'm pretty sure this guy I've already had a hook on a hook, so he should, oh no, this was the one that I did not have on a hook. That's interesting. So he was the only one that I've not yet actually had captured. Odds are I'll probably end up killing this guy, and the other one will escape, which is fine. 3 isn't bad for a match. I did really well in the beginning, but there was one guy, I think it was this guy right here, that one, who went around and controlled a whole bunch of generators. Oh, hello, I see the other little fishy right now. I'll whack her in the face, and since there's only one, I am going to hunt her down because he's struggling, and she's in the cornfield somewhere. She might have backtracked. Oh, did I run into her? What the fuck did I hit? The unfortunate thing is I don't want her to run back here thinking I'm chasing her, and then she pulls him off the hook. So I don't want to go too far. Thankfully, she is injured, so if I get close, I can hear her. And I also have this whisper thing, which alerts me to... Oh, she escaped. That's fine. I got 3 kills. I'll take that. I'll take that any day. And it also gives me an opportunity to finally fucking explain this book that I keep trying to explain, because it'll lead into all of the other areas of the discussion that I want to go into. Let me take a drink real quick. Okay. Now, so Kafka's went in the cornfield. It was better to watch the movement of the corn stalks than looking at the blood trail. Yeah, I was distracted a little bit. I noticed some movement, but the blood trail, or not the blood trails, but the track that I was following was all circular. I don't know. I probably could have played that a little bit better, but at the same time, I'm trying to balance talking and going after people. But thank you for the feedback. Much appreciated. I definitely have... I'm not used to playing the killer as much as I am the survivor, so I have a lot to learn when it comes to being the killer. That, and I noticed that this whole whisper thing doesn't really work too good. With dying survivor's presence. Yeah, you know, I might go with that just to see how it goes. Because this whisper thing, like, it kind of works where it's like, oh, I kind of hear something, but then I kind of don't. And it seems like it's always going off. It feels like I'm always hearing something, so it gets tricky. Yeah, so I think I just need to... I don't have anything. Oh, there's lessons. Screw it. I'll take points. Anyway, yeah. So that's about that. I can continue on discussing the book if that's something that you wanted to hear about, or I can go into something else. Again, since there's not really too many people in the room right now, I don't want to delve too deeply into the discussion, but I can certainly branch it off into other things. Actually, no. I'll stay on topic. I'll stay on track for now, and everything builds off what I'm trying to explain with this book. So anyway, in a nutshell, what ends up happening is the guy starts to turn into an insect. He starts to physically turn into a bug, and he hides in his room, and he becomes terrified of everything, and everything about him starts to become insect-like, to the point where he's in his room for months. Nobody can coax him out. And I won't give away the whole book, because this basic synopsis that I'm giving now is pretty widely known, and it kicks off pretty early in the book, so it's not like I'm ruining the book or anything. But where it gets interesting from the psychology perspective is whether or not the author meant the metamorphosis into an insect is a literal transformation, or if what he was discussing was actually a metaphorical explanation of the guy's sudden realization that I am an insect. I am so insignificant in society, especially in this communist Russian or pre-communist Russian society, where it was wake up, go to work, go home, take care of the family, wake up, go to work. So back just all day, just constantly the same monotonous grind, day in and day out, working a menial factory job, just constantly, same thing, as monotonous. Yeah, I can't get any more explanation, give a better explanation than that. And I saw somebody over here. So the idea there is that it could very well be just a metaphorical explanation of the guy's sudden realization of coming home and going, oh my god, my life is meaningless. I'm just a drone. I don't actually do anything. I don't really contribute, except for in the capacity that a drone does. And from there, and I swear to god I heard somebody working on the generator right here. I did. Anyway, from there, then it starts getting into thicker topics of the psychology behind disenfranchisement. And that's ultimately where I wanted to go with this whole conversation. But to get there, I had to explain Kafka's book, because it is a perfect example of what ends up happening when somebody is pushed against the wall, and they're faced with a situation where it's dire straits, fight or flight. The realization that they are so disenfranchised that they really are meaningless in society, or at least they perceive that they're meaningless to society. And that's one of the big differences, or one of the most significant, not differences, but rather the most significant areas to touch on here is perception. What the individual perceives. Because perception is largely based on the individual. I could be in the same exact situation as somebody else and perceive it in an entirely different way. I might not at all, let's say looking at the color blue, for example. Let's say I look at the color blue. One person might see blue and have a happy experience. They're thinking of a bright blue sky. Another person might look at it and be terrified because the color blue reminds them of a bad experience at a pool that they had. So it is really about perception and how somebody comprehends something. And perception plays a big part in everything that's done, because it's easy to say that a situation is what it is, in the sense that, wow, this is easy pickings tonight. It's just luring them in. I'll take these chainsaw hits because I get some major points from that. And that's okay if the other one runs away, because I'm just injuring them left and right, which means that I'll hear them and they'll be leaving blood trails and all sorts of good happy shit because I'm hitting them with the chainsaw. Anyway, and it gives me an opportunity to talk, to watch the motherfucker on the hook. So, disenfranchisement. Let's focus in on that for now. So disenfranchisement is where somebody perceives that their voice isn't being heard in the scenario, or in this case, the society that they live in. And disenfranchisement causes a fight or flight reaction where you have people that will take the route of... one second. I need to watch my query here, because that chick's trying to lure me away, and that's fine. She can think I'm chasing her, because I'm just gonna charge with the chainsaw if she goes near this guy. And I know it's kind of a shitty tactic, because it does allow the other people to go off and run and fix generators, but at the same time, it gets me the points from all these chainsaw hits, and it also weakens them. So it means that the next time that I put somebody on a hook, they're going to be, hey, oh, hey, JTH, how's it going? How are you tonight? Yeah. So what I was saying is, yeah, if I've hit them once with the chainsaw, the next time I put them up on a hook, they're going to be pretty well injured, and they're going to be dying pretty easy. And yeah, I don't mind letting somebody go in order to be able to chase them later if it means that it's going to be easier in the long run. That being said, I know that there's somebody over here because they just fucked up this thing. Now the question is, where did they hide? That's a very good question, actually. I'm doing very well, thank you for asking. So far, tonight has been pretty decent. Had some good matches so far, and the conversation is just getting started. So, yeah, didn't miss much. I just getting into the swing of things. I was just explaining how disenfranchisement can cause two major reactions, where you have fight or flight reaction to when you feel as though you're not being represented or your voice isn't being heard, which is ultimately what the definition of disenfranchisement is you just feel as though you're not being represented in the group or society that you belong to. Ooh, and there's a fishy right there now. And he's gonna run, and I'm gonna chainsaw him down. I'm getting good with this chainsaw. Anyway, hopefully there's a hook nearby. I didn't see any... yeah, there's one not too far. Anyway, I didn't see anybody sabotaging any hooks, and I'm pretty sure this is a guy that I've already had, so he should either instant die, or at the very least, he's going to be halfway on health. Speaking of disenfranchisement, ooh, somebody's over there in the basement. Anyway, so, disenfranchisement. Where I was going at with that... Yeah, what the fuck is he doing down there? I didn't even know that there was a, unless he's screwing up on a hook? What the fuck is he doing? Is he... I don't even know what the fuck that was. Like, how... Does it show when somebody's hiding in the basement, then? I've never seen that before. Like, I don't understand how the fuck... Yeah, I just don't know. How the fuck? I don't understand. Okay. So she ran this way, and she's... Oh, is she? Yeah, she's close. There she is. Okay. I'm getting sidetracked from my damn conversation, and all I want to do is explain this. There you are, bitch. Come on, back. Okay, and the hook right behind me, that one's already spent, so I'm going to have to probably go for a little walk with her. Oh, not too far. Everybody, yeah, it would be really bad if every survivor, had a toolbox. I've actually, earlier I had a match where that actually happened, and I'm pretty sure, oh, yes, I did see somebody else. I don't think, there's too much stuff in the way, probably not going to be able to chainsaw, but I know where you are, and I've already, fuck, I missed. I've already had you on a hook, and you're going to try to jump down. Yeah, I'm in a good position here. Gotcha, bitch. The trouble is, if I try to go this way, then she's going to try to go around. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Move. Go, 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 go. I can do this. Fuck. Damn it. The delay with the movement. But that's okay. That was a really good round. That delay with the movement, though, that's the pain in the ass, because I would have had her if I was just able to get one more swing, or if that delay was 1 second less. Not a bad match, though. I think that did pretty damn good. But I kept getting... Yeah, she got really lucky. I had 2 really good matches there, so I can't complain. And it's all good points, and it allows me to at least progress a little bit further. And yeah, I'm almost 15 with the Hillbilly, so I should be able to get some good stuff soon, and at the very least have 2 perks going. Well, that helps. Yeah, I need to use my items on this character more, because I just have so much shit stockpiled that I just don't use. But anyway, that's another level at least. And then I still need to somehow route it back to my my conversation about disenfranchisement, because I swear I'm making a point with that. But actually, this gives me a good opportunity now to... isn't there one for steering? Isn't there one of these for steering? 50% more blood points from chainsaw. Yeah, let's do that. Disenfranchisement, so fight or flight. So to get back to that and how it relates to this game is pretty interesting. Like, for example, that individual, the one that just got away, that lucky chick, you could very much say that were this a real situation, disenfranchisement would be a very... Obviously, fear plays a part too, but disenfranchisement would be a very real issue that she would be experiencing. Because, by all intents and purposes, she knows that I just killed 3 of her friends. In fact, she just watched that last one get killed directly. And it places an individual in a state of disenfranchisement where they feel as though there's this state of helplessness, this state of not feeling as though her desires, her beliefs, and so forth are being represented. And ultimately what it does, as I have said a few times now, is back somebody into a wall and fight or flight. So without repeating myself a whole bunch of times, what that ultimately ends up doing is you have something that leads to the current political situation that is facing the country, where you have a whole bunch of fractured groups that ultimately feel as though they're disenfranchised, and they just all feel disenfranchised in different ways. And where this all gets tied back to Kafka and the Metamorphosis, and I will explain that in a second when I take a drink, is a lot of people feel in society as though their voices just aren't being heard. And a lot of people are waking up with the realization of, oh my god, I am an insect. I am a drone in this society. My votes don't count. My desire to succeed and be free and so forth really doesn't mean anything, because you have a political elite that's, or at least there's the perception that I have a political elite that's causing me to not be able to do the things that I truly want to do with my life. And now, where I wanted to ultimately go with this conversation is kind of touch on how that relates to the Black Lives Matter movement, because I feel it's very powerful to understand from the disenfranchisement perspective how that movement has ultimately developed from this from the same vein that Kafka wrote about, where, and I really hate to make this analogy, but that feeling of, wow, I am just a drone, I am just an insect in society, and my voice is meaningless. And I'll touch more on that if the need arises to go deeper into the Black Lives Matter example. But the main point that I wanted to get across with that is that you're faced with this situation where a minority group, and I don't mean that as a racial minority, I just mean a minority group. Ooh, hello. I mean a minority group in general. Must be AFK. How did he not go down? What the fuck is up with that shit? Oh, that is some fucking horse shit. I fucking can't believe that. Like, how does the chainsaw not do an instant kill? It doesn't even make sense. And now I'm stuck in a fucking alleyway. That's fine. I still see trails. Did he back up? No, he went this way. Fuck me. There he is. I'll go around. That's cool. Oh my fucking god. There's got to be some kind of server lag because I feel as though I'm hitting, and I know that's like the cheesy, like, oh man, there must be lag, like, right? The chainsaw fucking glitched. Okay, there's a hit, and I should be able to get this guy at the very least, but the dude that I chopped down with a chainsaw, like, just totally, like, brushed it off. It's like, I don't need that lag, I'm gonna keep going. Come on, bitch. Stop running around in circles. Alright, fuck this game. It'll take 2 seconds to knock this down, and by that point, I fucking lose you. How's that for some happy horse shit? How the fuck did that happen? That lucky bastard. He's probably crouching, like, really super close by. Son of a bitch. Oh, I saw footprints there for a second. All because the goddamn chainsaw glitched. Gotcha! Bet he wasn't expecting that. Alright, let's kick this down anyway. Which way is he gonna go? Did he run back? Man, I'm not having luck with these fucking alleyways. And the other dude healed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to send that to developers. Actually, it might not be a glitch. I'm wondering if what ended up happening is, it just dawned on me. They might have been AFK, and there might be something in the game where you cannot get, like, instant killed before you've made, like, your first move. And it might be something to do with, how people have different loading times. But at the same time, the match was a good, like, 10-15 seconds in. So, it was still bullshit, in my opinion. Oh, well. I guess we'll go around and knock some pallets down. Try to get some points. Some of these matches, it's hit or miss whether or not you're going to get a good game. And in this particular case, I really thought I heard something. In this particular case, I really feel as though I kind of got cheated out of that kill, though. Not going to dwell on it. I'll continue on. And I think there's somebody on this generator. There was. Yes, I saw them. Where'd the fuck they go? Okay. Oh, hello. Well, I got 2 right here. Motherfucker. I'll take one of them. I gotta get at least one of them. And hopefully there's a hook nearby, and hopefully there wasn't like 18 saboteurs wandering around, but yeah, there's a hook close enough. I should be fine. Oh, there's a pallet down. Fuck, it delayed me. I should still make it. Oh, you son of a fucking cock monkey. Yeah, hey, they're not fighting though. That's kind of funny. Yeah, shit. That was a good strategy. Good job on Dwight's part. That was a good job on Dwight's part. But I'll still catch this one. And hopefully there's a hook over there. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, so I was discussing Black Lives Matter a little bit. And how that relates to putting somebody's back against the wall. But that is just one example of one of these groups that faces this. Politically speaking, that kind of disenfranchisement is pretty common. And you're actually seeing a lot on... yeah, it was very lucky. You're seeing that a lot on all fronts. Like, you even see it among current political groups. Like, a great example is the disenfranchisement that you're seeing among Bernie Sanders supporters, and how that is actually resulting in a lot of people with their backs against the wall, feeling as though their vote doesn't count. Especially when you have the aspect of political corruption that ended up coming out in a lot of the emails that were revealed by not hackers, but these people that fucking Christ. Anyway. These, give me 1 second, and I need to Need to kill this guy before I continue that train of thought. It's not a bad game to try to talk over, but at the same time when I'm trying... Where the fuck did he go? Yeah, it's not a hard game to try to talk over, but at the same time when I'm always glitching across the screen. Come here, bitch. Yeah, it's just difficult sometimes with serious conversations to try to keep up that serious mental train of thought while really, and I don't think there's any hooks over here. That's fine. I might just, yeah, I wasn't going to make it in time anyway. And there's 2 Dwights. I'll go after the injured one, though, because what he doesn't know is he's actually running closer towards a hook, which is a very good thing for me. And, yep, keep circling. Keep going around. That's fine. You're good. Fuck. I should have had him. He doubled back, I think. Nope. I lost him. Son of a bitch. Oh, it's difficult sometimes to get this game working in my favor. And I got 3 motherfuckers injured. Yeah, he was glitching all over the place. It was way too hard to try to follow him and predict where he was going to end up. It's hard to tell if it's lag or if it's just him glitching out. But granted, though, considering I chainsawed somebody and it didn't kill them, I'm going to blame it on glitches for this one. But nevertheless, experiencing these glitches and still somehow managing to get 1 kill, I feel as though I'm satisfied with that. And it looks like they're all heading towards this door, considering somebody already ran out. Probably I'm not going to get another person, but that is completely fine. Don't need to win with a whole bunch of kills. Yep. That's fine. He's gone. And the other person I bet is somewhere nearby. I would guesstimate anyway. It's just a matter of how close are they. And whether or not I can lure them over. And the dog keeps jumping up. Yeah. He's probably gonna get away. I don't hear any moaning though. He is injured. At the very least, I'll collect some points from knocking over these pallets. Which isn't too bad. Yeah, if anybody has any questions or comments, though, do feel free to interrupt me and redirect the conversation. I am certainly open for any conversation, really, at all. I don't have to stick on the agenda that I had planned. It's not a hard agenda. I just had some things that I felt I'd talk about in case nobody wanted to bring anything up. That way there is some degree of dialogue going on. Otherwise, I don't know. Actually, I'll go on a little bit of a rant real quick for a moment. There's something about... okay, and I'm not trying to knock YouTubers that do this, but there's certainly... There's certainly some people where, especially in live streams, it seems like you go into somebody's live stream and you have the person just staring at the screen like this, not saying anything. They're just staring at the screen, and all you see is just their face and and maybe you hear some clicks every now and again, but you don't actually hear them talk except for maybe like a few words or a few grumbles because they fuck something up. I don't know. I don't enjoy that. And if there's people that enjoy watching the gameplay with just somebody's face in the corner, sure, you know, all the power to them. But I don't want my channel to be like that. I want to have some kind of getting hooked on meat hook is a little scarier than getting killed by that spider thing. Could be. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely would have to agree there. I don't know. This game definitely has its little quirks, and it would be interesting to see what other directions that they ultimately end up taking with it. But for the time being, I think, especially since it's in early development stages, it's doing pretty good. Uh, and for some reason, my dog is wanting a lot of attention at the moment. But anyway, what I was saying is that, I don't know. I can understand how some people want to do the whole, I'm trying to think of a way to phrase this, like, watch a gameplay, or like, the big thing right now is No Man's Sky, since it did come out on PS4. Play, PC tomorrow, but right now, No Man's Sky seems to be the big thing that's, being streamed. And I popped into somebody's channel earlier just to see what the game looked like. And it really seemed like, just what I explained, where it's just some dude staring at the computer, not saying anything. I personally don't enjoy that, and I stayed for like 10 seconds just to get an idea of what the gameplay looked like. First time I saw a person get hooked on this game, yeah. Yeah. I would love to see, and I doubt that they'll add this just because they have the healing aspect, but I would love to see limb removal as a potential, where you're stuck on the ground. Like, you're getting hit with a chainsaw, it's going to do more damage than a little first aid kit is going to be able to fix. You step in a bear trap, and it's going to do a little bit more damage than a first aid kit is going to be able to fix. So I would like to see a little bit more gore and a little bit more, what's the way to phrase it? A little bit more realism behind the injuries, I guess is a good way to put it. Not to say that the game in its current state isn't phenomenal. It certainly has its ups and downs. But I do think that there is more that they can do with it, and I'm really looking forward to see what they do with it. But yeah, anyway, so I talk a lot, and I feel that that's important. To be able to come into a room and actually engage with a person rather than just watch a video game. Anybody can start up a channel or start up a live stream and play a video game, and that doesn't mean that it's entertaining. Certainly, if the video game itself could be entertaining, but if the video game itself is entertaining, then the person can play the game, and I feel like YouTube offers a lot more. Live streaming at least offers a lot more, where you're actually engaging with the person for more than just the gameplay itself. So I kind of roundabout way somehow got off topic, and the main thing I wanted to focus on, or the main point of why I brought that up, is because it's yeah, it's funny when, like I can see on the corner of my screen, like, people popping in and out. It doesn't tell me the names or anything, but it just tells me, another person is watching, and I laugh sometimes because it makes me think of how you have these situations where you do jump into a room and it's just some dude staring at the screen, and yet they have like 500 fucking people watching them. Hey, there's two there. Where did they go now? I hate this fog. It's so easy. Oh, thought I saw somebody. Might have been my imagination. Yeah, this fog is so fucking hard to see through sometimes, and I think one of the perks was to oh, there they are. I think one of the perks was to thicken the fog. All right, so I'm on a decent roll here, though. Should be, and hopefully he ran straight through the building. Otherwise, I just totally fucking lost him, because I thought this was gonna lead me to him. Yeah, I lost him. Unless I can track him down by hearing him. Heard something over here. A new killer. That would be pretty awesome. I would love to see a new killer. Not to say that I don't enjoy the current killers. Oh, somebody's moaning. They're in the building. I hear them. Performance issues. Yeah, the bugs. That's a big problem. He's in the closet. He's totally... What? Oh, there he is. Yeah, it's too far to try to go all the way around. It's easier, probably faster, to just go through the window, even though I'm still probably going to lose him. Because he's a fast motherfucker. Come on, little fishy. Where are you? Where are you hiding? At least I have 3 injured. The trouble is now to track them down and spot where the fuck they went. Need to utilize the high ground. But yeah, bug issues. There's definitely a lot of bugs. And gotta give the company credit though, because this is still in such an early development release. It is for the stage that it's in. It's pretty crisp, and it's pretty fun. There's a lot of games that you can get on Steam that are just absolute garbage, and they're charging like $40 for the game, and it's just like, man, how are you trying to get away with charging that much for this piece of crap? And this game is not one of them. This game I thought was very fairly priced. And it's a straightforward game. Like, it's get into a match and kill somebody, or get into a match and not get killed. But the creepiness factor and the hunt, or at least from the killer's perspective, the actual hunt, it keeps you entertained. And I play a lot of oh man, people are sabotaging hooks. Anyway, I play a lot of Survivor when I'm not streaming it, and it it keeps you engaged. Like, every time, even though you're playing essentially the same thing every map, it keeps you engaged, and I like that about the game. It allows for replay value, which you don't see in a lot of games that are coming out right now on Steam. There's certainly things that are awesome to play and awesome to watch, but they just don't have that replay value, whereas this you can just keep getting in it again and again, and it's entertaining. I enjoyed it, at least. But yeah, again, if anybody has any questions or comments, do feel free to jump in and let me know, and don't hesitate to interrupt me. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep rambling, because that seems to be what I do. I don't know. I enjoy. Hello. Fuck. Sometimes you can hit him through the window, and sometimes you can't. It's such a pain in the ass. And now I don't know where the fuck he went. I hate this map, and it doesn't help that the fog is super thick. Trying to listen, but I don't hear anything. Figures that I'm going to run into. It was bound to happen that I was going to have a super bad match anyway. Always got to hope for the best, but you can't win them all. And I usually consider one kill a win. But it doesn't seem like I might get that even, just based off the rate that I'm going. It's certainly possible, though, because all it takes is one good hit. All it takes is one good chainsaw, one good sprint, and I'm back in the game. But I'm running into difficulty with this fucking fog, mainly. It's hard to see, and it's taking away from my ability to get a long-range chainsaw charge. At least I'm close by to that. Hello. Did he seriously go in the closet? I swear that sounded like he went into the closet. Unless it was somebody else that, like, jumped out of the closet. Who fucking knows? That was... whatever. I'm not having a good match this time. Oh, I saw you, though. And there's no other fucking way to go around. I hate this map. Between the fog and all these little nooks and crannies that people can run around, it's difficult. It's a little bit... this map definitely favors the Survivor, especially with the thicker fog. It's troublesome. But I will do my best and see what I can do in the meanwhile. At least I still have a trail. I know where the fuck he's going. I bet he jumped... yep, he jumped back in. He's behind it. Alright. He's not wounded, though, which is unfortunate, because if he was wounded, I'd have a much better chance at being able to capture him. At the moment, it just seems like I'm just going to have to keep chasing. There's too many turns and twists that I'm not going to be able to actually keep up. Oh well. So goes. I wonder if I can beat him. Yeah, I could probably beat him going this way. Just going playing Ring Around the Rosie with one guy. Oh well. I might be able to get a whack at him. At least I got some points. There's one whack. And he's still going the same route. So I maybe will be able to catch him. Yeah, I mean, he's still going in a circle. It's tedious, but you know what? I'm getting some points for this. And I don't know why that happened. But that's okay. We'll just keep chasing. And hope for the best. All we need is one good hit. Oh my fucking Christ. I'm getting so close. And it's just not quite there. He's over here though. I know he is. Did he crouch in the corner? Or did he backtrack? He probably backtracked. Oh, wait, here we go. Yeah, he backtracked, but I can't see where. He's in the building here. He went around, and I can hear him. Oh, I think I saw him. Yep. Did he heal himself? Not quite. I might have a chance. Might have a chance. All I gotta do is just keep chasing. That's all I gotta do is just keep chasing him. And then I can get back on the topic of the conversation that I wanted to be on instead of having to run after this one fucking guy. But at least I'm getting a whole bunch of points for chasing. I mean, it could be a lot worse. I could have completely miffed this map and not actually caught anybody or hit anybody. Oh, man. I don't know how this guy's moving so fast. It just feels like I'm going in circles. You know what? I'm going to go around the other way and hopefully cut him off. Because he seems to be going in these circles the entire time. And hopefully that screwed him up a little bit at least. Because now, hopefully I can cut him off here. Oh, and I forgot about the pallet. Damn it! That's fine. Again, with the circles, I still might be able to cut him off. And all this is detracting from the conversation that I wanted to have. Which is fine. I mean, I can certainly get him back on topic. And anybody that's joined the stream, thank you and welcome. Don't be afraid to speak up. And did the hatch open? Yeah, the hatch opened. I think the hatch was right over here, too. That's what he was waiting for. Anyway, yeah, don't be afraid to interrupt me or just jump into the conversation. I'm certainly here and available for any questions, comments, or really anything at all that you might have in mind. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep ranting because I had a few things that I was going to try to talk about, but I'm not dead set on staying on topic to those things. There's certainly a lot of options that, for direction anyway, that could be gotten into. So yeah, don't be afraid to speak up. And for those of you that are just joining, it is unfortunate that you just watched me lose my first match horribly for the evening anyway. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so what I was starting to talk about was disenfranchisement, and I do want to get back on the topic with that because I feel it's pretty important to really isolate the fight or flight aspect of it, which is where Kafka's book comes into, and the idea that you feel like an insect. And I want to talk about that helplessness aspect because it really goes into how this game can be from the survivor's perspective, where there is a thing called learned helplessness. And it's a term that is, I would say, pretty fairly commonly known. You hear about it, learned helplessness, but people might not necessarily know what learned helplessness is. Yeah, thanks, JTH. That's awesome. I do appreciate that. I certainly am working at putting up more content. I like the live stream aspect of being able to get in here and interact with people. I think that adds a depth that I can't achieve with the videos that I make. In my in the rest of my time. I don't know how else to say that. But anyway, so learned helplessness. So really, the idea behind learned helplessness is that it goes into the topic of conditioning, where you learn that a certain thing, I'm trying to phrase this without using fancy words. So you'll have a stimulus, and a stimulus can be anything. A stimulus can be an action, an object, just something that you notice and you begin to associate with something else. That's the general idea of conditioning, where it's that association that starts to play a part. And where learned helplessness comes from is you have avoidance and escape. And escape and avoidance, how those work is if you have a negative thing occur to you, you initially will escape that because you don't want to be around something negative. But what that does is it teaches you to avoid that in the future. Whatever stimulus acts as a warning sign to that will cause you to avoid that scenario altogether. And you see that in a variety of different situations, from relationships to interactions with other people, all to even seeing sparks coming out of an electrical outlet, for example. That could, if you had an experience where you had a bad electrical mishap, then just seeing sparks might trigger you to avoid the situation entirely, even if it's something like welding, or not welding, but grinding, sanding, where it creates sparks. Anyway, sparks, so it could trigger. The point being, kind of got circular with that, is that what you ultimately end up seeing is a lost my train of thought. Going back to learn help. Oh, hello. Found you. What you end up learning with learned helplessness is it's when you are placed in a situation that you cannot escape or avoid. So a great example is abusive relationships are often where you start to hear about learned helplessness being talked about, where 1 second. Oh fuck! How was I close enough? Sometimes I get hit by the pallet, and I really feel like I'm not close enough to have been hit by it, and it's tricky because there's no way to really tell like what the range is, because it almost seems like it's random. It's just, oh, hello. It almost seems like it's random sometimes, because it's like I'm 10 feet away, but all of a sudden I'm hit with this pallet. Maybe I dive into it, like I get, I don't know, anxiety that I'm not being hit by it. I don't even fucking know. I don't know. Ranting on why I'm getting hit by pallets instead of focusing on chasing this dude down. I'll take that. You can run into me any day. I should have broke the pallet first, but that's fine. I think I'll be okay, because there's a hook right here, and I'll use my little charging tactic to be able to keep tabs on him. Or if anybody tries anything, I'll hidey hole in my little corner right here. So learned helplessness, that's where I was going at with that. With learned helplessness, what you end up ultimately having is a situation where you cannot escape or avoid, and where, in regards to relationships, where that really starts to play a part is if a person is stuck in an abusive relationship, and they're literally physically stuck, they're abused if they try to escape, and as a result, it places them in a psychological state where they don't even try to escape, even if it's possible, even if an opening shows up that someone who wasn't conditioned to have learned helplessness would otherwise know that they would be able to escape. It's like there's blinders on to the fact that they could escape in the situation because they're so used to not being able to. So as it relates to the game, is learned helplessness really ends up playing a part with society and how... trying to relate it back to Kafka, and I'm not finding the words exactly. Oh, fuck, how? Really? That's fine. I'll keep the same person. I'm over here trying to fucking talk, and I can't figure out, how to fucking track these guys down. Instant death, at least. Yeah, so anyway, learned helplessness. Where that ends up getting tied back to Kafka is, that is essentially what ended up happening with that individual, where he had been battered for so long by the monotony of disenfranchisement that for him it became a situation of learned helplessness. The sudden, shocking realization that he was just an insect, that he was meaningless in the societal standpoint, in the societal view. It caused him to feel as though, even at that point when there was a chance to escape from that, he couldn't. So all he saw himself as was an insect, and all he began to see himself as in this scenario was not being able to do anything about it, even as the story progressed and there were eventually ways in which he could have escaped from that monotony. Oh, I see somebody. And that's, again, looking at from the book from the standpoint that perhaps it was a psychological realization that he was an insect. Really? What the fuck? How did the chainsaw not fucking kill him? That's the second time. Maybe I have a perk on the chainsaw that's making it so it doesn't kill them? Like, I don't even fucking know. And there's no hooks over here. That's fantastic. I could try to take him to the basement. I mean, that's probably going to be the best way to go. But he's probably going to wiggle away right before I get there. Also, as a heads up, since not too many people are popping in, I'm probably going to leave the match, the live stream rather, here after this match. Just so that way I can focus on some other videos that I plan on making. And it'll also allow a little bit of time for this to get posted, and anyway, yeah, it'll be beneficial. Is the point that I'm trying to make, and that's assuming that not too many people start. Where the fuck did he go? That's assuming not too many people start to show up. Just because it's been a little slow tonight, I'd like to keep it a little bit on the shorter side. Not to say that JTH, that it wasn't greatly appreciated that you came back again tonight, and hopefully you did enjoy what you saw. Tonight started a little slow, and got a little off topic a few times, but again, I mean, just because I'm getting off the topic that I had the idea to discuss doesn't mean that it can't be fun to watch or entertaining to hear about. And I do encourage everybody to please speak up and let me know what you want to hear about, because there's certainly a lot of information that can be gotten and a lot of different topics that can be brought up, and I totally think I lost this guy because I should have ran through the fucking window. He came this way. Yeah, I lost him. Son of a bitch. At least I got one person pretty early. Oh, hello. Let's see if I can, Nope. And I'm stuck on a goddamn tree. How the fuck does that work? Oh, well. Anyway, I think I found another survivor, but I'll keep chasing this one because hopefully she leads me closer to a hook. There's one hit. That delay, though. It's so hard to get back on track. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. So hard to fucking get back on track once you hit them. And I know it gives the survivor a split second to try to get away, but there's situations where that is just totally disadvantageous to the killer. Like earlier, where I was right next to the hatch, and I was able to hit the person, but because there's that delay, they were able to escape out of the hatch. All the power to them for being able to do that, but at the same time, that fucking sucks. And I don't know what's going on with my chainsaw not killing people, but that also fucking sucks. I'm gonna bitch about that one a little bit. If I hit somebody with a chainsaw, they shouldn't be able to get up and walk away. Anyway, at least I have this person I can still go after. And they're gonna go straight... Oh, nice move. Good move. Oh, well. I'll get him this time. That should be fine. Oh, boy. Sometimes this game... Oh, and that's the end of the match, too. It looks like they're escaping. That's fine. I'll take it. I'll put this person on a hook. And I'll wait and see if anybody else shows up. We'll see. If they pop down the stairs, I'll go and get them. Yep, it's a work in progress. Before I go, if anybody has anything they want to add or any comments they would like to make, because like I said, I'm going to end the stream after this match. No Man's Sky does come out tomorrow, and I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm actually going to make a stream of No Man's Sky. Not because it's trendy, everybody seems to be doing it, but mainly because I think the game looks fucking phenomenal, and I think it's going to be fun to play, and I think it's going to be fun to watch, and I'm hoping that other people find it enjoyable in the context that I'm being able to provide. Because, yeah, it's like I said, I don't know, I've been into some people's channels, and it's just like they're standing there, or they're sitting there, and they're staring at the computer, they're not saying anything. Maybe I rant too much, and if I'm talking too much, certainly just tell me. But, I don't know, I think that people come to, people come to YouTube to watch the commentary, not necessarily to watch the gameplay and watch somebody just staring at a screen playing a game. Certainly, a good game makes for a better video, but I really feel like there's a lot more to it than just that. And they're going to be standing right there. I'm hoping I can... Maybe... Oh my fucking god! Did they escape? Wow! I cannot believe that they actually escaped from that. I thought I fucking had them. What a way to end it. What a way to end the match. That's okay, though. I'll take that. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I think it was a pretty good night overall, and I didn't get into all the topics that I wanted to, but I thought it stayed pretty good, pretty consistent, and thank you, JTH, for, again, showing up and talking and having a good conversation with me, and thank you to everybody else that has taken the time to watch. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you liked what you saw and you would like to become a member of the Zedite tribe, then go ahead and flex your muscle and hit that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.